trying to if I could get. Oh. What in the world is going on here? Don't understand why that won't just do it right on its own.
Because it's a monkey.
So either the cat or dog got a hold of that. I had to rebreed it.
So that's not the
It still weirds me out. Yeah, because somebody.
Y'all can see if I like it. It's like.
Right? Is that better?
Huh? I think it needs to go higher. Can you take me higher? Fight with fire. I think it's better. I can't wait for the day when I can sit here and it doesn't look like I swallowed a tiger. Not put on the normal chair. So we can see if there's anybody in here.
Sure, if it'll let me. Seems a little slow today. I wonder if our internet is wacko.
Internet be wacko. We're waiting for people to engage us. You got the cooties or something?
I do. I have the cooties like that.
Are you gonna turn on the cinema bin?
Sure. That was kind of weird.
No. Did it show that we're live?
People, yeah.
So you got the notification?
Mm-hmm.
Watch the Big Bear Homestead. Watch the Big Bear Homestead.
Of course, nobody's around. It is Monday, right? Yeah, it's Monday.
What other day would it be?
I don't know.
I don't know what day it would be.
I don't know, but I find it interesting that we've been online for 3 minutes and nobody's showing
So it's
up.
got 2 views now.
2 viewers? Yeah, maybe.
2 viewers. Maybe it's just going out there late. I don't know.
Speaking of late, we have to cut this short at 9 so that we can stay on our schedule. I'm just saying. Millions of people.
Oh, there's somebody.
Hackett's Healing. Hey,
Who's that?
Hackett's Healing. Hello. I'm here. Hi.
Hello. 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 That's a new one, isn't it?
I don't think so. I think that's one that's been around.
There's
Look
Brad.
at, there's an old one.
Oldie but a goodie.
Oldie but goodie.
Oh, Broussard is in the house.
No, that's not Broussard. That's Brown Coat.
Oh.
You can't read.
I can't read.
The writing is so small on that map.
These glasses gotta get fixed, y'all. I ain't
Actually,
even.
I need to go ahead and do that. So,
That's a little better.
yeah. There's
Mama's Lee
There's
Texas
this.
Kitchen. I heard a rumor. I heard a rumor that she was gonna start putting out more cooking videos.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Heard a rumor.
nice.
Yep.
I heard a rumor too.
Did you hear that same rumor?
Mm-mm.
What rumor did you hear?
I don't know.
Honey, you don't get to say.
I've got the itchies today.
When we was at the gym, I felt like I was getting eat up by ants on my back because of my nerves.
So I felt that too a little while ago, but it wasn't the same as you. We had flies that were actually like, you know how the flies bite the cows and stuff? I had flies that were like landing on my legs and like biting my legs.
Okay, so why did you
What
just
the
have
crap?
to step all over me right there?
Put my foot all up on you. I don't care.
What Mama say?
Yup. As soon as my daughter gets through hell month. LOL.
Mine. Oh, so hello everybody, and welcome to the Robin with her new Ottoman show.
Don't do it. Don't pinch me. Don't
No,
pinch.
I'm not pinching you. See, your Ottoman has fleas, and the fleas are biting
I'm
you.
gonna flea you in a minute.
Sorry. What? No. No. Fact check that. Because if that's true, this live stream just took a huge turn.
Yep.
Oh. Really? What else?
He was 93.
So probably just being old.
Just says dies at 93.
Well, y'all.
That's crazy.
All of y'all that have nerd cards, us nerds took a hit.
I wonder if I bet they sampled his voice. Yep, he passed today.
How did you even know what we were talking about?
Midget flies. They might be midget
No,
flies.
hold on. Like, whoa, that was some straight force stuff. How did you know we was talking about him?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Wow, that was James Earl Jones.
Yep.
The voice of so many things. But most popular was that of Darth Vader.
Yeah. But like, in any movie he was in, you still heard Darth Vader's voice. Because it was his voice. Like, he didn't really, like, doctor it much to be Darth Vader. So, because I'm good, LOL, we were just as shocked. So she saw the shock on our face. It was like, yep, he died. That is crazy.
Okay, so name another movie with that. Put your phone down. Name another movie he was in.
Coming to America.
Okay, name another good movie.
That was a good movie. Field of Dreams.
And now name another one. You're killing me, Smalls! You're killing me, Smalls!
Really? Was he in Sandlot?
Yes, he was the
old man that with the baseballs.
Yeah.
Yeah. he was in a lot of stuff.
He was in a lot
of things. No, I was trying to post our link that we're on, but I think I'm dying.
Lagatha knows I'm sad about James Earl Jones passing, so she's just licking my leg like it that
to console you.
That, or she's salt deprived because she's just licking the sweat off of her. Okay.
Or
and now she lays back down. So besides the ones that we mentioned, what was y'all's favorite film that James Earl Jones was in? He did a lot of TV stuff too. Did you guys know that he also...
Yes, Lion King. That was a big one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, all the Lion King.
Did you guys also know that he read the Bible? He was also a voice actor.
Yeah.
And so he read novels Is that Broussard Homestead? No, Brown
Nope,
Coat.
still Brown Coat. Was Field of Dreams the one? If you build it, they will come. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, he was the.
He was the author.
The author.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot he was in Lion King. Yeah.
He was Mufasa.
Mufasa.
But it was so funny because I stumbled across.
He was in Conan the Barbarian.
Yes.
Huh.
He was in. I think he was in most of the Conans.
Hunt for Red October. Doctor Strangelove. Rogue One. He was in all the Clear and Present Danger. Robots. He was a voice in Robots. Patriot Games. So he must have been in all of the Tom Clancy stuff.
Probably. But I was stumbling across YouTube one day, and sure enough, there it was. They had an Old Testament read by James Earl Jones and the New Testament read.
It's like hours and hours and hours.
It's like almost 8 hours.
Yeah.
And so I sent the link of those to my pastor, and I said, the Second Coming's getting close when Darth Vader is reading the Bible.
Yep.
So yeah, that's rough. I mean, I don't know if other generations are going to have it as rough as Generation X. When actors and actresses and directors and stuff start passing away. Like when Robin Williams committed suicide, that was rough for me.
That was, yeah. And he went before his time,
Yeah.
so it was like even more of a shock.
This one's Darth Vader, James Earl Jones, because you want to believe, you kind of put these people, sometimes you put these folks that you grew up with in movies that you loved. You kind of want to lock them away with those memories of what you were doing when you saw Star Wars, Empire, Jedi. When you
I still think of him as the dad in Coming to America when he's like so disappointed. He's got that like regal crown on and the fur, and he comes to America. It's like
like Robert De Niro was he was one of them, but he has turned into such a political jacktard now that it's it's like he pulled himself from being the iconic gangster legacy to being this babbling idiot now.
Hey Jonathan, what's up?
Because he can't control his emotions.
That's another one. Anthony, I don't know if you knew Anthony Bourdain. He was a journalist he did a lot of the food stuff. He would go and visit other countries and but he think about when what's his name died, when Steve Irwin, when all of a sudden it was like he had some of these that were just shockers.
Steve Irwin wasn't really a shocker.
He was to me because
no, he could have been because you knew that was coming. He pushed the envelope too many times.
Was I surprised? No. Was I shocked because of it being sooner rather than later? Yes. Because, you kind of expected, he'd go out with a bang, but this whole Homestead. But it was just, for me, it was a big deal because, my son grew up watching him, and for that to happen was just kind of like,
well, I mean, as
whirlwind.
If you stop and think, or at least you run the rabbit of the kids nowadays. They don't really have heroes that they can look up to. All your sports stars are either jacked up on drugs, beating their significant others, kneeling for the national anthem.
They're not even waiting until professional anymore. I mean, we've got college kids that are getting kicked off of teams because they beat their girlfriend in front of their son. I mean, like, there's nothing for that. And, you know, we don't have as many cult classics, like, you know, even like Pulp Fiction. Like, when Quentin Tarantino goes, like, that's another one that'll be, I mean, he's not my favorite, but it's still one of those names.
Lone Star must have drank some vinegar before he came on here, because he's full of it today.
Uh-huh. He said, okay, Grandpa, kids these days.
Well, I'm just saying,
But you're right.
I feel bad for him, you know, because, you know, if you just look at sports and you look at football, we grew up in the era of Lawrence Taylor, Ronnie Lott, the Fridge, Peyton, Sanders,
Joe
Montana, Dorsett, Jerry Rice,
Rice,
Howie Long, the Steel Curtain.
Who was the coach? The Bears coach?
Ditka, Mike Ditka.
Mike Ditka.
You know, and in baseball,
I'm all jacked up on protein. I just finished a steak.
and you know, in baseball, you know, you had McGuire, Canseco, Mike Schmidt, Pete Rose,
Cal Ripken
Jr. You know, Bonds. You had a lot of these guys.
I'm gonna be really bad. Who was the black guy that? What was his name? That played for the Orioles.
Murphy?
Yeah, Murphy. Yeah.
Strawberry, Nolan Ryan, Roger Clemens.
Because even that, you're getting up almost into the 90s, right? So you're still like, you know,
they don't even
Tom Glavine.
They don't even let pitchers pitch a full 9
full
innings
game anymore. Have y'all watched that?
They're pulling their pitchers in the 6th and 7th inning.
What's up, Art?
You know, and you turn to music, all the kids nowadays are listening to our music because the stuff that they are putting out now is just utter garbage. I was at the gym and I was talking. There was a guy there. He's about my age. You could tell he was a very educated African American male. He was probably a little bit older than me. He might have been 55, 60 maybe. And he was coming in. I was sitting in this doing my 20-30 minutes in the sauna, and he was bouncing between the steam room and the hot box.
It was so funny though how you explained this conversation because his music.
And he was out there just jamming to Billy Joel. I mean, he was just, top of his lungs. You may be right. I may be crazy.
Copyright.
And I was like, never pictured this dude as Billy Joel fan. He was, when I'm talking about he was getting down, y'all, he was getting down.
He was jamming.
And so when he came in the hot box, I just kind of looked at him. He was like, "What's up, brother?" I'm like, "Never in a million years." He's like, "What?" I said, "I would have ever pictured you as a Billy Joel fan." Mm-hmm. He's like, "I love all kinds of music." He said, and he held up his little, I guess it was an old what were they? iPads, iPods. And he said, "You don't even want to know what's on here." He said, "I got me some Billy Joel, got me some Elton John, got me some Dixie Chicks."
Whoa.
Because I got me some Otis Redding, some Temptations, got me some Garth Brooks, got me some Def Leppard, and he just like all over the
everywhere.
charts.
Yeah.
And he said, "But my thing is, I love concerts, man. I love concerts." And he was talking about all the different concerts that he went to. Like, he went to the Billy Joel, Elton John concert, da-da-da-da. He said, I love music. He said, what they got today? And he goes, and I want to know. He goes, I want to know. I'm trying to figure it out. How did black music go from my girl, to I'm going to take and I'm going to stick it in you.
But he didn't censor it.
He didn't say, I'm censoring it because of YouTube. He said, what's up, break away. And I was like, I can't help you that. I have absolutely no idea. And he goes, it's just garbage. He goes, that's why 90% of the kids today listen to our stuff. And he went on a rant. You know, but bring it all back around to...
Hey, Niana?
You know, and maybe every generation kind of starts to go through this. This is where we really start to see our mortality, I think. You know, especially...
Yeah, because they're all going to start, I hate to use the term, but dropping like flies. Yeah. It's going to be like, you know, Clint Eastwood's going to go.
Clint Eastwood and Chuck Norris are going to live forever.
And that's just like they were talking about up in the chat earlier. Misty was saying that what's his name getting it's Alzheimer's or it's a much more severe version of the road that you're going down.
Okay,
I hate to say that. Bruce Willis.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
Well, look. Here's the thing, and I'm gonna get back on. I'll get on this soapbox again. We're the only country. Yep. I'm going to do it till people start calling. Look, we got to call spades a spade. We got to call clubs a clubs and diamonds a diamond. This ain't Uno flip.
Great game, by the way.
We are the only country that still calls that Alzheimer's. Rest of the world calls it type 3 diabetes. And just like type 2, you can beat it. Tea. That's what this means. Get her a glass of tea.
No, that's not what I want.
About.
Okay, get her hot tea. She wants some type of tea.
That's not what
Unless she's telling you to go TT, which means go take a piss.
You just said a bad word.
Piss is not a bad word.
Yes, it is.
No.
I was asking for something completely different.
No, I have not.
So, anyway, before we were interrupted.
Niana says our 22-year-old son loves Johnny and older rock.
Yeah.
Our music.
But since we brought up Alzheimer's, type 2, or type 3, let's go ahead and... Did you bring them in here? Did you
Bring what in here?
my lab?
No. Uh-uh.
Where they at?
I don't know. What? I didn't realize you wanted to put that all over the place.
Yes, I did, because I kicked type 2 diabetes right in its no-no square.
Yes. So, move on. Next. Now it's time to kick the TBI's butt.
That's hurtful. As y'all know, if you were in any of the other live streams, we started talking about how Robin and I we changed our diet, we started focusing on losing weight, and why is because the VA said I was type 2 diabetic.
Well, we were starting before that, but yeah.
Okay, yeah, true.
Yes.
But they really ticked me.
Yes. For a different reason this time, because they're always ticking us off.
And I took it extremely personal, and I took it as a challenge.
Yes.
And so we changed. We listened to healers, not dealers. That's a very, very important thing. Look, and here's what I've learned so far. If you go to the doctor, your primary care doctor, and he doesn't ask you about your nutrition, your diet first before he starts trying to push drugs and medication, you don't have a healer. You got a dealer.
Yep.
Okay, and we need more healers out there. And the more I learn, the more I study, the more I research, the more I realize that 90% of the BS that we're dealing with out there, including chronic pain, we can either eliminate or ease tremendously
Hey, Karen.
with diet and exercise.
Yep. And sometimes you have to get creative with exercise, like you're doing pole therapy, which has, even with, it may sound,
Look, I know I might ask this question. Is it a prerequisite for physical therapists, any type of therapist, to be a Nazi?
well, I mean, I think the expectation is that you're there for some kind of change, whether it's change of pain, change of weight, change of behavior, change of something. Like whenever you're in therapy, you're trying to modify something. And so, hold on, let me finish. So if you have somebody who is coming to you to make a change, if they are refusing to make that change, or they fight you on making that change, then you might have to be a little bit more aggressive to make sure that they get the change that they're looking for.
Well, she's not being aggressive. What I'm talking about being a Nazi is they probably go to school for years to understand and manipulate common exercises that will kick you into jujubes just by prime example. Like she's doing my thing with working on my core, because strengthening my core will help strengthen my back. The little tiny muscles and stuff that are back there with my back, which is going to help give me support, blah, blah, blah.
As your discs degenerate, yes, the muscle will help.
She gave me this big, long, hunking styrofoam dumbbell, and I was just supposed to be doing shoulder presses.
Barbell.
That's what I said.
You said dumbbell.
No, I didn't. Pressing down in the water, right? But the way she made me play out my feet, sweet baby Jesus, this muscle right here was squalling.
Oh my gosh, it's like a rock.
Yeah. This muscle right here, not this.
Right along your shin.
I like this sexy calf muscle. Ow. Look at that calf. This muscle right here. My Lord.
Yeah.
She had it screaming. And she's like, you just gotta focus on your core.
Your core, yeah.
And I'm like, I'm trying to focus on my balance so that my feet were kept kind of going like this, because like I was doing presses like this, and then I was doing flies like this, and I was doing this one coming across like this, pow pow, you know. And sweet baby Reese.
Yeah, it was rough. Super rough.
Yeah.
But you know, it is what it is.
What?
I don't know.
I don't have any clues. And so, but it was funny how that one muscle right there, bam, was doing it.
Yeah, well, and that was, you know, last Thursday, Jason had PT, because he's doing it twice a week. And he had it on Thursday. And when we got in the car, he was wiped. He was exhausted. And the other thing was, it wasn't like it was first thing in the morning, right? Wasn't it in the afternoon? Yeah, and so, you know, unlike today, like we had to be up and out of the house by like 7 o'clock. And so you know, he was just exhausted, and he's like, I'm so confused. I don't understand how I could be so tired. All I was doing was walking in the pool, you know. But all the resistance and everything, and using your own weight, because, you know, when you're hanging, you know, it's a little rough too.
So bringing it all the way back around, getting all of that sidetrack, bring it a little bit back more.
Back it
setting.
up.
Here's something that we. Here's something.
From now on, that's what I'm gonna do. When you start to run on your rabbit, I'm gonna be like, beep, beep, beep.
Sad thing was, all I pictured was my ex-wife walking backwards. She was just walking backwards. That's all I pictured.
Homestead. Bring it back to Homestead.
Okay, so gardening season is slowly coming to a close. At least your summer
gardening.
Summer gardening, and we're kicking in. You should already have a lot of your stuff started, and if you started it inside, getting ready to take it outside.
Mm-hmm.
This is some of the things that seriously, some of the things that we learned this year. Stop.
You can't focus because the dog's licking your leg. Lagatha, quit.
Contact your local college that has an ag department. Most of them have a planting schedule for your area. And like the UGA, theirs, some of it was pretty. They gave you it wasn't a 2-week thing to get them planted in. Some of them were rather.
It's a pretty long span. And it's based off of your frost dates, and so you don't have to worry about. Grammy Karen said, "What kind of food regime are you following?" Right now,
I'm on a very high protein, low carb diet. I'm trying to get about 250 grams of protein or more in a day.
mm-hmm.
I'm trying to keep carbs as close to zero, but definitely under 25 grams.
Just kidding.
Um,
Sorry.
Trying to keep my fiber around 117, 120 grams. You know, right there. There is really. I'm making sure I'm always staying caloric. I'm staying in
Efficient.
a caloric deficiency. Because at the end of the day, whether it's keto, carnivore, Atkins, South Beach, Mediterranean, any of those.
Keto, yeah.
You go off of those diets in any way, shape, or form, you put a lot of that weight
Right back on.
right back on.
Now, if you take it and keep it as a lifestyle as opposed to a fad diet, because really, I mean, what we're eating when we get down is going to be, you know, like more like a Mediterranean keto kind of concept.
What did she say? High protein from? Did she say from meats?
High protein from meats.
Yes, but I also stop. I also take a whey protein supplement shake twice a day.
And he's been doing tuna and fish, and when he wasn't on carnivore, we were doing like even chickpeas, like we were making hummus. Just a lot of peanut butter, a lot of different things. And yes, some of those things have carbs, but like even the chickpeas have high fiber, so that's another thing when you're eating as much. I'm just wondering why I got Dad's cup instead of mine, that's all. When you're eating as much of protein as he's having to supplement his fiber too. So Jonathan says, I backslid. I ate a few slices of pizza last Thursday. I felt like absolute garbage for 48 hours. Back pain, inflammation in my joints, brain fog, fatigue, etc. Never again. I was celebrating 4 months and 60 pounds, but it was almost more of a reminder why I'm off the sad and doing carnivore.
But I'm going to tie something else in that really got me, is keeping me focused, keeping me motivated, and keeping me pissed off. We did not do very well with turkeys this last year. So Robin bought some turkey legs for me to smoke. Carol was going to a lot of the Renaissance fairs and stuff, and they went cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs with the price of smoked turkey.
Like $20
turkey
for
leg.
a turkey leg.
And that used to be one of the, like how you go
to
you go to the county fair, you get funnel cake, right?
Yeah.
Well, you go to Renaissance fair, you get
turkey
I'm
leg.
gonna zap you.
Now, the other thing about turkey, too, is that we have since learned that turkey is really high in protein. So that was the other reason why I got it, was because I was like, just found out how high turkey was. So I was like, oh, kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Get him a turkey leg. It's high in protein, and he'll enjoy it.
And so, smoked the turkey. I was just salivating, ready to eat this bad boy, tear into it. Like I was Fred Flintstone, and it was a what did he always have? Like
Brontosaurus leg or whatever.
or something like that. And I bit into it, y'all. And I got some meat, but then there was like something that was like hanging up in there. And when I pulled away, there was these 3 strands that were, as I pulled away, they came out, and they were probably about like that wide. They were probably about the thickness of maybe a little bit thicker than this index card right here. But they wouldn't break. They would bend. And the more I got to playing with them, the more I realized it was daggone plastic. She wasn't there. She doesn't know.
I know what a turkey leg the tendons look like, and the way he's describing it is exactly what a turkey tendon looks like. So, was it plastic? I don't know. I wasn't there.
Exactly. So you can't sit over there and
but
just.
I know that the turkey tendons are
illegal.
ridiculous.
It is illegal for you to sit over there and have really any opinion in this because you weren't here. And as I kept taking the turkey leg apart by hand, then it was like a spider web that went all the way around the leg, and it went from the knuckle all the way up to the top of the turkey leg. And I have eaten many a turkey legs. I have eaten many a chicken legs. My own turkey legs didn't have that like that. When we raised them, they didn't have that in there. And so that really pissed me off. Because at the end of the day, y'all can say it was tendons if you want to.
It doesn't matter. At the end of the day.
You weren't here, and
right.
Tendons behave differently than plastic.
I believe you. I'm just saying I've seen what I'm getting at is that it's possible that they were meant to be tendons, but they weren't really tendons, is what I'm saying. I'm not saying that they're not plastic. I'm just getting at that. Did you take any pictures? Nope.
If they weren't... Explain that statement.
if there was some kind of stabilizer or something to keep the meat or something, I don't know. I mean, what are you thinking that it was? Just a random piece of plastic?
No, I'm thinking that they keep, you keep seeing all these commercials about them making meat in labs, making stuff in labs, and they don't necessarily share when they're going to release this stuff. I mean, we have to. Oh, you make a face. We have to learn now that all of a sudden, when you start looking at chicken, you have to start looking for the American flag on it to find out that it was raised here, butchered here, and processed here.
Yes, but that is totally different than manufactured meat. That is totally different.
But did you get any type of warning that they were taking our chickens that we were raising, sending them overseas to get them processed, and then sending them back?
Yes, they've been talking about it in the news for years.
Yeah. But how long have they were doing it beforehand?
We don't know that.
They've been talking about manufactured meat. That's what I'm saying. We don't know that. That's what I'm saying.
I guess my devil's advocate stance on this is, if we're going to complain about all of the regulations that are placed on food, you have to imagine that those same regulations would require a manufactured meat to be labeled somehow. And they are, like that Impossible, like all of that stuff
Okay, well,
that's made.
On chicken or any meat that you buy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, anywhere on the label, does it tell you what it was cleaned with?
No, but that's...
Okay, you can go to the USDA website.
Right, but those things
and
are...
pull up a pamphlet. Yeah, but if you don't know, you don't know. You don't know. You're ignorant to it.
Right, but what I'm asking you is, do you believe that the FDA has approved manufactured meat?
I would never.
Or USDA or whatever.
I would never have believed that the USDA, the FDA, the CIA, the FBI, any one of those alphabet soups that you want to throw in with food regulations would say that it's okay to use things like ammonia and radiation to clean meat for me to be able to put it in a store. That's what I'm saying. There are more and more and more. It's look, y'all can say it's tinfoil hat. Y'all can say what you want, but you go to the USDA website and look up what they consider safe to clean your meat with.
I don't even know if you can find that.
Forget the fact that your meat has to be cleaned with stuff as rancid as ammonia. Look at what's leaked out now. The ingredients label from a packet of McDonald's French fries from back in the 80s to what's on the label now. Look at all of the experiments, the ones that we've even participated in, where somebody bought a value meal at McDonald's and slapped it on the counter and let it sit there. It does not decompose. It does not get moldy. So it's not a far leap by any means to say that that was plastic. Oh, what'd you find that just made your face go like that?
This seems counterproductive to me. I'm just, because this is on the USDA website. Many consumers wash or rinse their meat or poultry before cooking it. Washing meat or poultry can mean different things to different people. Some consumers rinse it under running water or with a strainer. Others soak it in containers full of water and some use salt water, vinegar, or lemon juice. Some consumers may wash or rinse their raw meat or poultry because it's habit or because a family member they trust has always washed their meat. USDA research, and of course there's a link, has found that washing or rinsing meat or poultry increases the risk for cross-contamination in the kitchen, which can cause foodborne illnesses. From a food safety perspective, washing raw poultry, beef, pork, lamb, or veal before cooking it is not recommended and as the safest method. If you wash meat or poultry, some bacteria can be splashed onto the surface of your kitchen, which can make you sick if not properly cleaned and sanitized.
So what they're, correct me if I'm wrong here, so what they're saying is that the juices that are on the chicken can splash onto your counter and get you sick.
Right, but if you cook the meat, because that's what it goes on to say, is that you need to make sure that cooking your meat to a particular temperature is what keeps it from not being sick, like makes it safe.
I'll ask you this. I'll lead with this one question.
Oh, here's another one. Don't wash eggs from the grocery store before putting them in the fridge.
If our food is so healthy that is in our stores, why is there an increase in obesity, diabetes, heart disease, cancer, strokes in this country? How is there some countries on this planet that eat what is considered a raw food diet and the entire country is cancer free? How are people living to well over the age of 100 on the island of Okinawa It's the food. It's the food. Most of the stuff that we consume here in the United States is illegal, banned in most Eastern countries. We have to take responsibility for ourselves. Now, what do I mean by that? We have to take the responsibility because there's no, like Jonathan just said, there's no money in healthy people. Okay? Whether you want to admit to it or not, this country, its sole purpose is on a very finite amount of people. I'm as conservative as the day is long. I am registered Republican. I believe in conservative values. I believe in family. I believe in faith. I believe in Jesus. I believe in the Second Amendment, the freedom of speech, freedom of religion. I'm not going to hate on you if you go to a Buddhist temple and not come to a Baptist church. You have that right to do that. But we have to... Freedom comes with a price tag. And we got to be willing to pay it. And that price tag is a whole lot of responsibility. And the moment that you buck that system, the moment that you start standing on your own 2 feet, that moment you put that seed in the ground, that moment you put those chickens in a coop or start running them on grass, the moment you find a homesteader that has cows and you buy a grass-fed cow, whether it's quarter cow, half a cow, or a whole cow, and all of a sudden you're not getting as sick anymore. It's not witchcraft. It's not mumbo jumbo. It's not tinfoil hat wearing junk. How many people, how many other homesteading YouTube channels have you been watching over the years and you have watched them correct health issues by changing their diets, by getting a little bit more exercise, being deliberate with the things that they do, taking responsibility for their life, for their health. I just kicked type 2 diabetes. I just reversed any type of liver damage and kidney damage that I had. My numbers, according to what the printout that they gave me, is fabulous. My blood pressure went from the high 130s over, what was it, 80s, 90s, to 107 over, what was it?
70
something. And I've only been walking this road for 12 weeks now. It's that fast when you do it. There is no brain fog anymore. There is no feeling sluggish anymore. My mental health is off the chain. If I get upset about something, I go and pick up heavy circles. And I get the endorphins flowing.
Yeah.
And it is a natural, God-made mechanism in your body to combat stress, anxiety, depression, all these things.
Yep.
Get outside. Get in the sun. The sun is not evil. The sun gives you vitamin D.
Yep.
We need vitamin D. But look, that incident, and I went down some serious rabbit holes, y'all, about possibility, with that being plastic at the beginning, possibility of what the crap. There are a lot of documented people putting shorts up, people putting reels up of them getting plastic in their food. Pepsi Cola, I talked about this before, Pepsi Cola won a lawsuit because a guy tried to sue.
Yeah, because he said that there was a mouse inside of his...
he said there was a mouse inside of his Mountain Dew can.
Yeah.
They proved, Pepsi Cola proved that there was...
He had to be lying.
That there was no way that could happen, because by the time the mouse had the ability to get into that bottle or get into that can, by the time it would have reached him, the mouse would have fully dissolved because of the stuff that was in the Mountain Dew. Now, I don't know if y'all remember Single Dad Homestead or not, but I used to be a Diet Mountain Dew drinker.
Yep, you sure did.
He brought it to my attention that there was proof that there was stuff in Mountain Dew that was causing some people to get brain damage.
Some of it was the yellow, whatever was making the yellow of the soda was part of it. But yeah.
So, and all y'all that drink Monsters out there, I don't know how true this one is, but there is a reel going around that, and if Copper Kettle Farms was in here, maybe her husband would be able to say if this was legit or not. But they are literally taking the foam from the sewage plants, processing that, and that's something that's in the chemicals. Coke is a good, what does that say?
Industrial cleaner. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like somebody did a experiment or science experiment. What did she just said my name? The Healing Hollow.
Oh, she said, "I'm proud for you, Jason," because she put Jansen earlier.
Oh, okay.
Autocorrected.
They took a brown egg, stuck it in a glass, poured Coca-Cola on it, and let it sit for 24 hours, and it came out, and it was like a transparent egg. Then it completely took
Ate
away
through the shell.
all. No, it was like it was still there. You could manipulate it. It just took like because they could squeeze it, and
We should try that.
I don't know if I want to. There are some things that I'm like, I don't know if I want to.
I don't know.
You know?
I've kind of given up sugar, except for honey, obviously. But like, so I'm not doing any like cherry cokes or anything like that like I used to. And I can't bring myself to drink diet soda. I tried. I found one that I'm okay with. But that's such a few and far between. Like, I don't drink soda like I used to. But we found, I guess it was Barks cream soda up at Carol's
College.
Yeah, they have one of those, what's it called? Freestyle, the Coke Freestyle machines. And they have a zero cream soda from Barks that's pretty good. But other than that, I'm really...
I pretty much have. Yeah. I now stick to pretty much water, unsweet tea, and coffee.
Yeah.
Every now and then, I will have to get. I will get a water with electrolytes, or I'll get the powdered electrolytes and put them in there. If I'm kind of.
Or the body, for a little while we were doing the body armor, the zero body armor drinks.
And the reason why I do that is because sometimes I get into a really good conversation in the hot box and I stay in there way too long and I deplete myself and I got to get it back in quick.
Like, we've not tried them, but I'm thinking about getting some as those liquid IVs. Because it's like straight up electrolytes, like saline. It's...
I don't know if I can drink saline.
Salt water. But we drink coffee, water, and sometimes Gatorade. So we started drinking Powerade instead of Gatorade because it has a little bit more to it than Gatorade does.
Well, here's a cool thing that I learned in my class today.
It's almost time for us to call it a night.
Because I was learning a little bit about the digestive system. And your stomach is pretty much just like a holding chamber that churns to help the digestive process begin. Because really, the digestive process begins when you put it in your pie hole, when you start chewing. They had a fancy word for chewing, and I was going to try and remember it. Masticate, something like that. Masticate, yeah.
Yes, that's why I always joke about masticating instead of the other thing.
And so then your saliva comes in there, and they call it a bowl or bolus or something. Anyway,
bolus.
Mm-hmm. And then you swallow this bolus, right? And then basically from your esophagus and stuff, it's just like a slip and slide to get to the stomach.
Yep.
So it gets to the stomach, right? 98% of the water that you consume gets absorbed in the stomach.
Yep.
The stomach just pretty much absorbs
Sucks it up. Yep.
And a lot of your glucose, a lot of the sugars and stuff. That's why your Gatorades, Powerades, a lot of your sports drinks, their major base is a glucose to help push
the liquid into
your system.
Makes sense.
Yeah. I was like, that's kind of cool.
Here
And
I
you
was
don't
just
you don't really want to learn what I learned about the small and large intestines and
here I was
how
just
a turd
thinking
is made.
right here I was just thinking like we have our own composting system going on inside our
Pretty
tummies.
much.
Right? Because it kind of like turns and squeezes and yep.
Yeah, I learned way too much about the digestive system that I really now have to not think about it when I'm eating, because some of that stuff was kind of like I could have went my whole life without knowing that.
Man, my biceps are sore. Ugh. So we got like a few more minutes. We're gonna call it a
we
night.
got completely off of
It's all right. We'll come back next week and do it next week.
what we learned.
We have separated out our pigs, so we're working on, getting everybody separated so that we can butcher this winter. Right? We got all the girls up, and we've got Han by himself, and over the last couple of days, we must have had some girls in heat, and so Han, all 800 plus pounds of him, has been having fun with our electric fence.
I don't think he was when I came back up from the back pasture.
He's chill now.
He was pouting in the
Yep.
one back corner.
Yep.
But I am so look, y'all. In all honesty, with everything that we got going on, we're probably only going to be able to put out like one video a month. But they're going to be really good videos. We're going to take our time. We're going to edit it and everything and get it done correctly. But I am very excited to share what we've got going on, how we are thinking, because of us becoming empty nesters, our children moving along, and something that nobody really talks about, that when you get to our age, you kind of got to start thinking about. And I'm not talking about aging in place. I'm going beyond that. And so those are the kinds of things that we're going to be bringing you guys in and showing you the transformation that's happening here on the homestead step by step. Like today, I was out in the middle pasture, and one of the things that if we get to have a conversation with Jesus, there's some things that I want to know what the purpose was, because for the life of me, I can't figure them out. Like fire ants, can't figure out what the purpose of a fire ant is. Can't really figure out the purpose of the mosquito. I know there's got to be one. It's all mosquitoes' entire purpose in life may be to aggravate and be food for bats. I don't know. But a sweet gum tree. I don't.
Besides putting your beautiful bride on her butt the other day.
I don't. They don't make good lumber because as they dry, they twist and cup and pop and I was told that you could use the very young branches as a toothbrush, and they have some antibacterial property for a toothbrush. But
And something about the balls when they're still green too. There's something about them when they're green.
I don't know.
But when they turn brown and they fall everywhere.
The tree is very, very intrusive.
Mm-hmm.
And usually it comes, it's really not coming from the balls falling all over the place. It's coming from the root system.
Roots, yeah.
So you could have, your neighbor could have a sweet gum tree, and then all of a sudden you got 5 saplings and this one long root
Yep.
that was coming up because his got hit by lightning, and that tree wants to survive, so it sends up 5.
Yep.
And so I was in the middle pasture this afternoon removing sweet gum
Saplings, yeah.
And so now I got to overseed in those areas to try to get some grass going. That way, no stinging nettle or any horse nettle or anything
Horse
like that
nettle.
will come up. But we definitely got some things.
Mm-hmm.
Love y'all, Jason. I wanna what?
Be your gym bro.
Oh man, I would love it.
He said teleporters need to hurry up.
You ain't lying. I would love for us to be gym bros.
Thanks. I know. I'm not a good gym bro.
Well, you're a great gym bro, but you're not a bro. You're a broette. If that's a word.
I'm a bra. Not a bro.
You know, and bras can't push bros like bros can push bros.
I could. You just wouldn't like me.
There ain't nothing that you could do that I would ever make me stop liking you and loving you.
Challenge accepted.
Look, I ain't gonna lie. I have a goal by this time next year, 315 on the bench.
I won't be able to help you with that.
That's my goal.
My bingo arms aren't quite bingo arms anymore. They're getting...
I'm already doing 225 5 times.
There's still a little bit. Ugh. But I got a lot of... It's there.
If you want to follow my progress with my weight loss journey, we're doing it on Instagram. I do have to put up another body pic.
Yeah, we need to put out one.
Because it's been a couple weeks. But it's from Fat to Fit by 50 on Instagram. Come on over, give us a follow. You can see some of the exercises that I'm doing, and you can see some of the food that I'm eating. But there's going to be another way to keep up with that also. So I think we got to end it before I let any more secrets out.
Yep. Yeah. We got to get to bed. We got to be up at 5 in the morning. 5 in the morning because we got to be at the gym.
Speaking of James Earl Jones, all my nerds out there, I'm almost done watching the first season of Acolyte.
The Acolyte.
The Acolyte, and rumor has it they're not going to do any more.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
I'm kind of disappointed. I'm really enjoying that one. What's up, Pooper Scooper?
He's always coming in here in the last minute.
I think he's always in there. He just doesn't say anything until we say we're getting ready to leave. So that's it. I'm also open to suggestions to any good books that y'all may have. I am hungry for a good book, but I really don't want. I'm kind of pooped out on Stephen King. I know I shouldn't say that. Michael Crichton passed away, so he's not putting out anything new.
It's like they always turn off as soon as I get in here. I'm telling you. Yeah, the Acolyte's only doing the one season. That's it. It's just crazy to me.
Yeah.
But
So
I always feel like
Y'all's, what's that word?
stalker.
I mean, you're the one that wasn't paying attention.
I smelled you 5 minutes before you got here.
How did you smell me?
Because you stink.
I do not stink. Well, maybe you're sniffing yourself there, Mr. Sweaty.
Oh, did you read the part where Jonathan said I did 275 the other day? First time benching in a long time. I'll race you to 315. You're already almost there. Jason's
Well, I
only
mean,
at
he ain't
225.
got to go but like that far. He got short arms. He's like a T-Rex bench pressing. So I could probably do 275 one time. I could probably do 315 now. Probably could.
You're smoking crack.
Not while I'm around.
One time, just one time. I probably could.
It'll be more like this.
For all of you that couldn't see that, she was going.
I probably could.
All y'all got short arms. Alright, so
Peace out.
tell everybody bye. Tell all your friends bye.
Okay, friends, I gotta go. I gotta go inside. Street lights are on.
Alright.
Give me my marbles and baseball cards. I gotta go.
Bro, you got no room. I can use your head as an armrest.
What?
Because you're short compared to him. I can use your head as an armrest.
You know what, Jonathan? There was some power lifters. I've been on this kick watching this guy, Brian Shaw.
Brian Shaw.
He's like 6'7", 6'8". The dude is huge. Look, you can go
400 and something pounds.
And he's got a little friend, Brian.
Who's not little.
Something. But I mean, these dudes are leg pressing like cars.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Because they're strongmen competition.
But they went to Myrtle Beach to some safari thing.
Wild
safari thing. And I told Robin, I said, that's a perfect example of either me and Jonathan or me and Jeremiah. Because we would probably
Playing
behave
around.
the exact same way. But okay, so I'm getting a stink eye, so I gotta go. I gotta quit talking. So, members, we shortchanged you guys last week because Robin forgot. I'm gonna just kick her under the bus. We will try to remember this week.
I'm gonna set them. Just kidding. Poor Lagatha. I'm gonna set a reminder.
You're giving me the side eye for. I didn't tell you to get under there.
I'll set a reminder for Thursday.
Come on. I love on you. Come here. Okay, we'll just. What are you doing? Knucklehead. Come here. Come on. Up here. Come on.
Oh, not a good idea.
Get back in your hole. Get back in
All
your
right, so we love y'all. We will see y'all next week. And I guess that's about it, huh?
That's it. I guess that's it.
God bless y'all.
God bless y'all. Good night.
Good
See
night.
y'all next week. Okay, this is the part where we've got to just kind of hang out for the end screen. And I am telling you guys, that was daggum plastic on that turkey leg. I don't care what anybody says. It was plastic. Robin wasn't there. So, Robin was wrong. She was wrong. It was plastic.